Funding for Fair 2023 is brought to you by Friends, the Iowa PBS Foundation, and by...
For more than 110 years, EMC Insurance Companies has served policyholders, independent agents, and local communities, providing insurance products for both business and life. Count on EMC.
My name is Kara Hayden. I'm super passionate about animal welfare. There's a lot of pigs that rely on me to train their caregivers. What we focus on in our training is encouraging our caregivers to understand that what they think and what they do matters.
Iowa PBS presents Fair 2023. Here is your host, Bill Riley.
Hi everyone, I'm Bill Riley and welcome to Fair 2023, the great Iowa State Fair. It's in full swing and we invite you to be a part of this rich tradition. There's a reason the fair attracts more than 1 million people from all over the country every year. It's a massive event that encompasses so much of what Iowa is known for. Tonight kicks off a full week of State Fair highlights on Iowa PBS. Everything from livestock contests to the music to food and fun. Oh wait, did I mention the food? I did. Great food. For the next 6 nights in a row, we'll bring you a full hour of the very best our State Fair has to offer. Coming up tonight, it is a political year, and at the fair, that means reporters from all over the state and even the country, well, they're going to be gathering right here at the Iowa State Fair. We'll learn something new about the history of the Midway, and our own Travis Graven, he's going to explore some of this year's new fair foods. Hey, I just can't wait to get started, so let's jump right in with the event that kicks off our coverage every year. You got it. It's the Iowa State Fair Parade.
Oh, you can feel it in the air, and I'm not talking about that rain that has since gone away, but it is parade time. Everybody is standing up. We have the Grand Marshal of the parade, we have the Queens, we've got dignitaries, we've got politicians all over here, Bill. It is time for the Iowa State Fair Parade. Regina Pirtle is this year's parade marshal. Regina, when you got the call that said you were the parade marshal, what went through your head?
Oh, I was just very humbled. I was very surprised. I was not quite understanding why me, but I was very, very happy.
Why do you like the Iowa State Fair Parade?
It's just fun to watch, and there's so much good things to see and all the kids and stuff.
Is there something about the parade that you look forward to each year?
The bands.
How many times have you gone to the State Fair?
I think about 70.
Hasn't changed at all, has it?
Oh, yes. Quite a bit.
You come to this parade before?
Yes.
What do you like about it?
I just love seeing all the people gather around and have fun.
Is there a certain type of float or certain type in the parade that you get excited for?
I like seeing all the dancers, the dance groups.
What are y'all doing? Sing this song!
So it's perfect. It's great. Great weather. The rain ain't here, and great weather. Beautiful.
And what are you looking forward to most each and every year of the fair?
The people, the coming together, it's like a family reunion to me because all of the participants and fairgoers become family. And even people like you with your interviews, you know, you see them year after year, and it's just a joy.
It's always a joy to see you. Congratulations, Regina.
Oh, thank you so much.
Ava, how many times have you come to this parade?
That's 2.
What do you remember about the parade?
The horses.
Well, we've come to the end of the parade, and, well, one of those jobs is you have to clean up after yourself, and, well, that's where we're at now with the horses. Reporting from the Iowa State Fair Parade, I'm Paul Yeager. Back to work.
Once you get to the fairgrounds, there's always one big decision to make. What do I eat? There are 64 new foods at the fair this year. Come with me as I sample some of the top favorites. Now, when I think Twinkie, I think of a sweet treat, but that's not what they're serving up at What You Smokin' Barbecue. Let's sample what they have. I'll take one of the Iowa Twinkies, please.
All right, $8. Twinkie, please.
It is a jalapeno that we stuff with cream cheese, pulled pork, sweet corn, and ranch seasoning. And we wrap it in bacon, smoke it, glaze it in our sweet and sticky barbecue sauce, and drizzle it in ranch and green onions.
How'd you come up with the name Twinkie? Because it's nothing like the Twinkie I remember as a kid.
Yeah, so we go down to Texas a lot, do a lot of different research down there, and eat a lot of Texas barbecue, and they have Texas Twinkies with brisket. And we live in Iowa, so figured what better way to pay homage to Iowa and put corn, ranch, bacon, and everything else that we love in a Twinkie and jalapeno and call it a Twinkie, so.
Now, it's not on a stick. They do have forks, but I'm just gonna try and use my fingers here, because we're at the fair, why not? Oh my goodness. I like peppers. That jalapeno definitely provides a kick. But the pulled pork, the bacon, this is a party in the mouth.
What can I get started for you?
Well, let's see if I can get this all right. I will take the deep fried bacon, brisket, mac and cheese, grilled cheese.
Yes, absolutely. Can I get it fried, please?
It starts off with our bacon cheddar, homemade bacon cheddar bread. Then we have our 3 cheese macaroni with bacon and brisket inside that. And we put layers of tri-tip. Then that gets put into a deep fried batter back in the back. Fries comes out here, gets served with a raspberry chipotle sauce. So it's kind of like a barbecue Monte Cristo.
Look at that, I can hardly fit it all in there.
How do you rate it?
What's the verdict?
Very good, very, very good.
What can I get you?
I would love to try one of the new grinder balls.
Okay, absolutely.
It's our take on a State Fair classic, the State Fair Grinder Sandwich.
How difficult is it to come up with something new for the fair?
That's one of our problems is we have too many ideas. So this one we've been sitting on for a couple of years. We were waiting for the right time to get it rolled out.
Grinders are one of my all-time favorite State Fair foods, so I cannot wait to give this a try. That is a really good meatball. It's got the mozzarella in the middle. The marinara sauce gives it a nice little kick on the outside, too. Ooh, I gotta go in for a second bite. After some main courses, I think it's time to try a little bit of tasty dessert. So we're here at the over-the-top stand, and I would love to try the new Iowa Sweet Corn Sundae,
All right, I'd love to get one for you. So the Iowa Sweet Corn Sundae is our sweet corn ice cream.
topped with green candy husks, which is just green candy melt, but it brings a lot of fun to it. And then we needed some toppings, and what goes better with corn than butter? So butterscotch is a perfect pairing, and some sprinkles of corn kernels on top.
I didn't think I would like this as well as I do, but it's really, really good. And after a hot day of walking around the fair, what better cold, refreshing treat to finish off your day of food at the fair.
My name is Kylie Langley, and I am a part of the Sugar Creek Challengers 4-H Club and the Wilton FFA chapter. I used to show cattle up until I was like 14 years old. My ag advisor had a sign-up sheet for show lambs, and I was like, what if I signed up for that? And so I signed up for it, and I've been showing lambs ever since. I need to get her foot out of there. This is my big old flock of ewes. The first one is Plan B, and she was the little accident that we bought. And then there's Chanel and Coco. It's just something that I have a passion for, and I feel like it kind of gives me a purpose, and it's something to wake up and look forward to. Like, oh, I need to go feed my sheep. I get to go feed my sheep, not like I have to, because not everybody has this opportunity that I do. It's just awesome to like see the connection that you have with your animal and see them enjoy their lives. I really like getting to know each of the lambs and each of their personalities. Come on, girlfriend. Isn't she so pretty? She definitely has the biggest personality. And sometimes she just escapes, and I don't know how she does it. And she's the only one who gets out, and I just think it's funny. Showing is kind of like a job, but it's something that I enjoy, and it's rewarding. Each sheep, I feel like it's like 7-ish hours a week you spend in here. Like it's an hour per day, maybe 2, depending on what you're doing. You have to embrace the grind and embrace the work that you do, because if you don't like the work that you're putting in, then it's a lot of work to not enjoy it. I enjoy the work. I like washing their legs. I like walking them, embracing them, and doing show prep with them. They're going for a run because they're fat. Uh-oh, don't eat the garden. The state fair is like a big get-together for all of Iowa. And showing at the state fair, I think, is just amazing, especially through FFA, because I know a lot of kids who show sheep through FFA. So it's just kind of like a big get-together. And I feel like at every show that I go to, I always make like one friend, and I'll get to talking to one person, and it's just awesome to go make a connection with new people and still see the hard work that I put in the barn pay off. And I also feel like it's still fun because of the competitiveness of it. And you're never gonna be at the Iowa State Fair and see a show that isn't competitive. So this year I did win the Muscatine County Fair Queen, which I was super excited about. And then they handed me the information packet, and I'm looking at it, and I see that the entire Queen contest runs throughout the FFA show. So I sadly cannot show my lambs at the State Fair this year because of all the stuff that I'll be doing through the Queen contest. But I am excited for this, and it's a new opportunity that I can't wait to go experience. FFA has given me so many opportunities, and I'm not ready to be done with it. I'm not ready to be done showing lambs or be done being involved in my community. I'll show till I'm 21. I'll show till they kick me out.
Tonight, we're going to see how much you know about the Iowa State Fair with some trivia questions. Some of you might have politics on your mind, so let's see if you know how many sitting presidents have visited the Iowa State Fair. Not candidates, but presidents who held the office when they visited the fair. We'll bring you the answer a little later in the show, but right now we're going to check in with some 4-H members. They've been practicing their skills in preparation for the 4-H horse show. It's time for them to show off what they've learned.
Well, the 4-H Horse Show has a long tradition of being here, and this year we have 196 horses entered, about 168 exhibitors. A little over 90 of those are senior, the 9th through 12th graders, and then about 67 of those kids are the junior age group. Today in our livestock pavilion, we have the 5th through 8th graders, so we have the junior age group kids. They have to be 10 years old to about 13, 14 is the age group that we'll be looking at. Most all of them practice every day for a couple hours. It is a lot of time and effort on the kids' part. It is hard, and it gets very stressful when they start to show.
So in terms of first impression for the exhibitors, it's really going to depend on what class we're judging. And so some of the classes we're judging today will be showmanship, walk trot, hunter under saddle, and equitation. For showmanship, for instance, those exhibitors are going to be with their horse in hand, and so they'll be walking on the ground, and it's all about their ability to handle and control their horse at halter. I'm looking for somebody right off the bat that looks confident, because that's really the first thing I want somebody to think about as they come into the ring with a 1,200-pound animal, is that they look like they're in charge of their horse. And then after that, I'm starting to look at their ability to perform the pattern direction specifically and correctly, that their horse and them can get along very easily and quickly, and that they're basically having a conversation together that looks invisible to me. We'll be judging English walk trot. We're really looking more on the horse for this class, not necessarily the rider. And so the horse's ability to perform all the gaits that the judge calls. Some other things we'll be looking at is the horse's brokenness. Are they easily controlled? Do they have a lot of manners? Then we'll look at their consistency. Do they stay at the same pace the whole time within their gait that they're shown, as well as their frame? Is their frame always in the same spot? So that'll be their head and neck carriage and where they're staying between the reins. And then the final thing we'll consider is the horse's quality of movement at those certain gaits that we're judging on. So are they long strided, or do they cover a lot of ground at the trot, which is going to make them more athletic? In the pony English walk trot today, it'll be really similar to the English walk trot, also the same criteria. The difference is we're going to have horses that are 14.2 hands or shorter. A hand is 4 inches. So there are smaller packaged horses basically labeled as ponies. And so we're still looking for very athletic ponies, ponies that have a lot of manners, that are able to easily suit their riders, but still, based on their size, that they have a long length of stride, since this is going to be an English-based class. So that'll be the pony English walk trot. The hunter under saddle today will move the horses up into a canter. So this will be kind of like a slow gallop for the horse. It'll be a faster gait than what you'll see in some of the other classes like the walk trot. And so that is one, asking for a higher degree of difficulty from the rider to sit a faster gait, but also the horse is having to perform a harder task that's more athletic. The canter is an important gait for English horses, because eventually that'll be the gait they show at if they're going to jump courses and jump fences.
It's never going to go away. What little kid doesn't love a horse? You can do lots of things besides ride it, show it. Some of us still use a horse to work cattle, and so it's just a really great bond. And Iowa loves their horses, so these 4-H kids work hard with their projects. They love them. They come back year after year.
We'll be talking about the history of our great Iowa State Fair every night this year. And tonight, we're going to tell you a little bit about how the Midway got its start. When the fair was first organized in the 1800s, it was a strictly educational exhibition. It was a place for farmers to come together and learn from each other. Attractions and sideshows were set up outside the grounds.
And then the people organizing the fair realized that in order to attract people to the fair, it might be advantageous to have more entertainments.
The fair realized they weren't making any money from the things that happened outside the fence. So they invited the sideshows inside, but in their own section. The Midway.
The Midway is one of the most fascinating stories about the fair, and it too goes back to the 1893 exposition in Chicago. The Midway at the Columbian Exposition was a park where the city let just kind of anyone come and sell anything. The first Ferris wheel was part of the Chicago Midway. The Midway at the State Fair was designed exactly for that, to bring in outside vendors, to make money by renting space to them, and to basically let the vendors do almost whatever they wanted to make money off of fairgoers.
Games of chance are coming in as well, though Iowans have a long fear of gambling, and in fact, bingo was illegal in Iowa through the 1970s. So gambling may be taking place, but even games of chance are viewed with moral concern.
The Midway was an exciting place in those days. A place to experience things that were new, exotic, and strange. Some people, though, thought it went a bit too far.
Burlesque began to be a big Midway draw, one that, of course, drew a lot of controversy and a lot of anger about the slipping morality of the fair.
In the 1930s, there's a burlesque dancer, Jade Rodora. In 1935, a legislator from Lamar's has heard that she is taking off all her clothes. And this is terribly scandalous. And when you want to talk about cheap entertainment, there are naked women in a show at the Iowa State Fair, and the Des Moines Register and the Des Moines Tribune both run photos of Ms. Rodora, and even those photos that run in the newspaper are pretty scandalous for 1935. So you've got this period where you want to have wholesome entertainment, but the boundaries are being pushed in different ways, even through the 1920s, 1930s at the Iowa State Fair.
Today, we can all agree that the Midway is nostalgic and thrilling. The contents of the Midway have changed, but the rides, games, and attractions continue. More than 100 years later, you can still enjoy a ride on the old Ferris wheel.
Every 4 years, the presidential race lands here at the Iowa State Fair. We caught up with some of the national and international media who came to see what it's all about.
I'm a photojournalist from a Swedish newspaper, and we're here to cover the politics at the Iowa State Fair.
Is this your first time at the fair?
It is my first time at the fair, and also the first time in Iowa.
What are your thoughts or observations so far?
It's so much things to do. It's not just politics. We were here until late last night. My thoughts, great diversity in anything. Food is great, people are great, yeah.
Oh, it's terrific. Yeah, it's my first day ever at the Iowa State Fair, and it's a lot of fun. And I can see why people say it's all about food. There's plenty of that, and it's my kind of food, so I think I'll be happy. It's a hot day, and you can see I'm overdressed, so it's not hard to spot the first timer. For a lot of our readers in Europe and Australia and elsewhere, it can seem quirky and eccentric. The rest of the world watches this fascinated that Iowa and the Iowa State Fair play such a huge role in deciding who is going to be the most powerful person in the world, who's going to be the commander-in-chief of the most awesome military in the world, and you know, for a while this is the center of the political universe.
Hello. Hi. Okay. I think what I want is a fried pickle dog with ham and spicy cream cheese. Okay. There's nothing like this. There's nothing else that I cover that is like this. Everyone says, oh, it's the Super Bowl, it's this, it's that. It's not even worth comparing, because the Iowa State Fair, I don't know anything with the history of this state fair and the importance to the country in the politics of this state fair. Oh my God. It's really good. And also, just the sheer diversity of fun, delicious, and actually wacky stuff that happens in this fair. So it's special. It is a lot like covering Congress in that you are constantly running around. You are much better off with comfortable shoes. You have to be ready for things to change immediately. And people who seem nice might not always be nice, but the reverse is true, that people who might seem mean generally are very nice. So in that way, it's like Congress, but otherwise, it's a lot more laid back and fun.
I do think it's important, it's good that the American presidency, at least partly, depends on this kind of retail politics, the one-on-one interactions, and candidates being able to hold a conversation and look voters in the eye and talk about that. It's not something too sort of lofty and set in marble, and that's part of the power of Iowa. Many Iowans take politics extremely seriously and are very knowledgeable. They know the drill in a way that your average citizen almost anywhere else in America doesn't. So yeah, it's certainly fun to be here and to cover it.
When you visit the fair, do you enter any of the contests? There's so many choices. Here are some of the top winners. Well, it's already time for us to take a short break, but stay with us because we've got a lot more for you tonight. When we come back, we'll head to the sheep barn to see these fluffy fellas get a really fast haircut. We'll see how painters capture the spirit and the essence of the fair. And we'll find out what secrets wait to be discovered at the Iowa State Fair Museum. So don't go far. We'll be right back with all of that and much more from the great Iowa State Fair right here on Iowa PBS. There was some amazing talent on the Riley stage today. Here are the young Iowans advancing from today's competition. We'll bring you the Talent Championships here on Iowa PBS Sunday, August 20th at 8 p.m. Welcome back, everyone, to our first night of Fair 2023. It's great to be here and to be a part of such a long-standing tradition. This year, the opening day of the fair is dedicated to honoring the EMTs, fire and rescue, police officers, and paramedics who serve our communities. It's an opportunity for all of us to recognize their contributions and show them just how much we appreciate their hard work.
It's Heroes Day at the Iowa State Fair, an opportunity to recognize the many first responders that help Iowans out throughout the year. And today there are displays in many different locations. You can learn about different aspects of law enforcement, and there are some incredible historical artifacts, including this 1935 Iowa State Patrol vehicle.
Yeah, you know, lots of people want to refer to us as heroes. We are not the heroes. We are just everyday people. Yes, we do wear a badge, but our thing that we love to do is we love to provide a great service to Iowans. We serve the communities that we work in and live in, and being here today is just another way that we do that.
After them, because these dogs are incredibly hardworking, and they illustrate the work ethic that both Orrin Pape and Sergeant Jim Smith had. So
the whole purpose of that is so that we can interact with the public. We love to shake hands, take photos. Here we're handing out a lot of trooper hats, so we're flooding the Iowa State Fair with young kids or even adults that want to wear a trooper hat like they always have said that they want to do. We're handing those out, and we just like to interact with the community on a day-to-day basis. If my car breaks down, I can call a buddy up and he'll come over and get me, run me somewhere, whatever it may be.
I'm glad he did it.
Yeah, well, that's good. So,
yes, thank you.
Yep. Thank you guys for thank you.
You're here, of course, with the State Patrol, but you're here partnering with other agencies.
Yeah, you know, the one thing about Heroes Day is it unites all of us together. So that's what we're here at the fair. Many people here from all over the world are here. Well, we have many different agencies here.
So obviously the fire truck is a pretty big draw, but what do you want people to learn from this interaction?
That, you know, that fire trucks are something they have to respect for. When they see those flashing lights going, they know there's emergency in that. And also gives the kids just kind of a safe impression, you know, that we're there for friends for them, to be there to help them. So it's fun to see them that they want to drive it, and it's something big for them and something important to them. So.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Glad to be here. Thank you.
So you're out here on the Grand Concourse, and you have just a tremendous display of vehicles. People who watched the Iowa State Fair Parade also saw your vehicles in the parade. And this is such a fun opportunity for people to see the cars that maybe they remember from their childhood, or maybe they've only seen pictures of. But tell me a little bit about the fleet you brought.
Yeah, you know, that's one thing that's fun. We've done this for a number of years now. We've brought some of our archive vehicles out here. It's a fun time because, yes, we get to hear all the stories of remember back when I was in high school or when I was a kid, and these are 60-year-old folks telling us this, or, you know, all ages of walks of life are telling us different stories. And we still keep our history around to make sure that we remember that and we know where we came from and why we were brought about. And that's something that we strive our best to do, is to investigate crashes and make sure to try to keep people safe on our roadways.
It is so great to see so many first responders out here at the Iowa State Fair. And of course, bonus, fire trucks. We're on our way.
Hi everyone, we're here at the 2023 Iowa State Fair Sheep Shearing Contest in Des Moines, Iowa. We're hoping to have a good show today. We got the sheep ready, the competitors are all getting ready, and we're about to start. We have 4 different divisions here today based on the shears level. We have the juniors, which is under 18, the intermediates, which is just shears that don't shear full-time, usually part-time shears. And then we have the open or senior professional division, which is full-time sheep shearers. And then new last year, they actually added a golden age. So that is shearers that are close to retirement but still shear a little bit and just want to come compete for fun.
I've been shearing 50 years.
What are you thinking about when you're up there competing?
Whether or not I'm going to live to finish the job at this age.
I have competed several years prior to this. I didn't compete last year, but I'm back this year, and I'm going to be competing in the senior division for the first time. I am nervous every time I shear, but if you're not nervous, you're not human, right? It used to be pretty rare for women to shear sheep, but nowadays the sheep shearing art is really dying out. The average age of a shearer is somewhere around 50, so we don't have a lot of youth coming in, but we do have a lot more women coming in, and that's very exciting to see. I've been doing this since I was 14, and when I was 14, there weren't a lot of women in the industry, but now a decade later, you know, actually 15 years later, we're starting to see a lot more women.
have another bucket. Go, go, go.
I would not be surprised if you saw some 60-second sheep today, for sure. Yeah. Two of the gentlemen that are competing today actually represented Team USA in Scotland this year at the Olympics of sheep shearing in Edinburgh, Scotland. So they're going to be here. They're going to be some tough competition. Everybody's gearing up for the sheep shearing Olympics that comes again in 2026. So we have to start gaining points, and Iowa State Fair is a place where we will gain some points.
Both of the U.S. team members are here, myself and Nolan Abel. We're both from Iowa this time, which is kind of neat. I think we ended up 11th place team out of 29 countries that showed up. Well, the sheep have been selected over thousands of years to grow wool. Like, that's what they've been made for. And so that wool will just keep growing. So typically you want to shear them at least once a year. Otherwise the wool gets so long that it affects how they get around, affects their health, and it's just not sanitary. They don't shower every day.
The Iowa Craft Beer Tent, we started out in a different location. There you are, enjoy. We grew here about 3 years ago. This year we have 247 different taps of beer that we're gonna have. We have 86 different Iowa breweries. I just thought the Iowa State Fair should have some Iowa craft beer. That's all I kind of thought about. It's like, when people come to visit the Iowa State Fair, they should try something from Iowa, at least a beer from Iowa. So a few years ago, the fair board and the concessionaire and the general manager said, hey, we'd like to move you guys. You kind of outgrew your space. When the fair brought us down here, we saw the space. We saw, that we could actually build a really nice sized tent. And it turned out great. I mean, we're physically 3 times bigger than we were when we first started, as far as just the tent. But now we have the expansion on the sidewalks into some grass.
Look at that. For anyone who was here the day of the storm last year, that big rainstorm, I mean, we got pretty flooded in here. It was a muddy mess.
A gentleman named Tim Malacote, he goes, what would be great in here? Concrete. He goes, I'll get it done. The Ready Mix Association and the Concrete Association donated the concrete. We got about 14,000 square feet of concrete, so it's been amazing to see the growth.
So we don't have to have any worries about the rain, and it's really nice, cleaning up spills. It's just great to be on.
But you'll see couches. We do live music every night, from 7 to 11. We have great music. We have lots of fans. We have lots of shade. I mean, we really are kind of an oasis within the fair because we're kind of just far enough away that they can kind of chill. You'll see it all.
The best thing is everyone's pretty happy here. And I love being around happy people, people who want to have a good time, and people who want to try new things and ask questions. And the volunteers are great. It's just a great atmosphere to be in. There you are. Enjoy. Hi. Well, it's wonderful that we can have so many people here enjoying our Iowa Craft Beer Tent and having a good time at the fair. It's just really a good sight.
Every tap's different. When a keg would empty or get tapped, that would be disappointing to somebody, especially if you've waited in line to get your beer, and you're kind of thirsty and you're really excited about that beer. And we didn't want that customer to be disappointed. And so what we decided to do is, when that happens, they win a t-shirt. And it says, I tapped it at the Iowa State Fair. Those kegs will be popping, right? So you're gonna be hearing that bullhorn go off. We got 1, or we got 2, or we got 3.
What's up, Iowa Craft Beer Tent? You know what that means. I'm here with Bruce, and he just tapped the Bikini Bottom Pineapple Wheat. He gets a free shirt. Let's give him a round of applause. Cheers!
And so they're the only ones that can get that t-shirt. So no one can buy them, right? You only can win them. And people get excited about it.
I mean, right now I just ordered a Hefeweizen. I was like, yeah, I'd love to have one of these light beers. It's hot out. It's a great day for a good beer. So I was ordering the beer, and then all of a sudden the keg just popped. So awesome. That's awesome. Then all of a sudden I have a shirt, so that was great.
And it's so wonderful to see Iowa support Iowa beer.
And now for the answer to our question, which was, how many sitting presidents have visited the Iowa State Fair? And that can be a little tricky because of so many presidential hopefuls that have visited in the recent years. But the answer actually is 4. Dwight Eisenhower visited in 1954, Gerald Ford in 1975, George W. Bush in 2002, and Barack Obama in 2012. Our next segment is about creating connections and opportunities in the swine barn. Our own Abby Brown shows us how.
The swine barn is absolutely buzzing, or squealing with excitement for Bacon Buddies. It's a bunch of fine swine, a couple of dozen 4-H and FFA members teamed up with some special Olympians.
Okay, we gotta go get you a bath.
Turn her this way. So which side do you think we're gonna turn? Where do you think we're gonna turn?
Well,
This side?
yeah.
We're here on this side. Hit her. There you go. Perfect. Good job.
Tell us about Bacon Buddies.
Well, Bacon Buddies is a partnership with the Iowa Pork Producers and Special Olympics, and it's an inclusive pig show. It provides an opportunity for our Special Olympics athletes to partner with a 4-H FFA member and get into the show ring and show their skills on showing livestock. I had children that did 4-H and FFA, and I have a daughter with special needs, and she was never able to participate. So the FFA member from Earlham, Iowa, Kylie Brown, came up with this idea. It actually started in Wisconsin on a much smaller scale, and then this group of FFA members from Earlham traveled up there and said, we've got to do this at Iowa. Iowa State Fair being what Iowa State Fair is. After 2019, my phone rang off the hook from Ohio, Missouri, Nebraska, South Dakota, everywhere from all over. You'll see tonight, there'll be grown men crying, from excitement. You see the agricultural world step up and accept our athletes as equals and just provides them the opportunity to be on the same stage.
There are 4 exhibitors in our first.
When I was, I think a sophomore in high school, there was this little girl who showed pigs on the Iowa Swine Jackpot Circuit. She had intellectual developmental disabilities. It was really inspiring to see. I kind of sat back and wondered why we didn't see more of that within our industry. I talked with the people who put the one on in the Wisconsin State Fair show. They gave me awesome direction. It's so great to see county fairs taking it on now. It's not just with pigs, it's sheep, it's goats, it's many different people are taking it on.
So great to see all the smiles around the barns and everybody happy.
Yep, and you have a future participant in your family, right? Can you tell me about her?
Yeah, so my sister is 6 years old. She has Down syndrome. I'm super excited because she'll start Special Olympics probably in a couple years.
Hey, Cody, what did you learn today?
I learned about pig, and I watched the pig, and I feed the pig, I walk the pig. I did have fun, yeah.
He loves animals, he loves car washes, he loves people, he loves singing. And when I was telling him that he was going to get to come and meet a pig, he was so excited to give the pig a car wash. Smiles that we saw today were some of the biggest smiles we've seen. He's had a lot of health issues over his lifetime, so just to see those smiles and how happy he was amazing.
Everyone knows that the Iowa State Fair is picturesque, but just wait till you see it on canvas.
I've been doing the plein air competition. It's been so long I can't remember. And it's a competition, but it's really more of a chance for fellow artists to get together and just have fun in an icon of Iowa history, which is the State Fair. What is it?
It is a French word, but really it just means painting outdoors. And we're experiencing all of the real and natural light that comes from being outdoors and trying to put that down on the canvas as we paint and create art in real time.
I
I just thought it would be fun. I've done some plein air before in the Amana colonies, and I like to paint in pastels. I like to do watercolor, and that's what I'm doing right now.
Well, I like to experiment, you know. Like right now, I'm just laying in a background and underpainting and just blocking it in. I started my art career professionally at Walt Disney World. It just opened, so I started there. I was there for the opening day, and I was drawing people's portraits there on Main Street, USA. I worked my way up and became the head of the art department there. So now I'm living up in Eldora, nice, beautiful, small town, Iowa. Love it there. And this, I mean, this is the epitome of Iowa. I mean, the Iowa State Fair, how cool is this, you know?
This year, there are 9 participants going today, and then 8 participants on the 12th. And then after that, we will have voting for everyone who comes along and views the artwork. And then the winner does receive a prize.
The important part, I think, is the composition. And that takes the longest time to do, because if I just start painting, then I don't know how it's going to turn out. And some artists do it that way, but I like to have a plan. Like, I like that flower that's behind you, I'm putting that in, but that could be anywhere. So then I have the funnel cakes and the corn dogs behind you.
In plein air painting, if you're painting from life, the light changes constantly. And so a lot of artists like me will take a quick photo I've got one on my iPad, and I'll refer to that when handling shadows and lights and darks, but there's nothing better than being right in front of what you're painting. Nobody said I should paint a fire hydrant when I'm surrounded by these classic antique tractors, but it needed to be painted today, so that's what I ended up doing.
I mean, I think that the fair is a lot of people's favorite thing about the summer in Iowa, and so being involved with that in any capacity is great. But being able to share art with other Iowans is huge, right? People come to the fair, they see the big pig, the big bull, all of that kind of stuff, but they don't always think about that there are a lot of very talented artists living right here in this state, and that they can see them creating that art right in the moment is pretty cool.
Clearly, the sights and sounds of the fair have inspired these artists. Is there something here that inspires you?
We're at Night at the Museums, which is our Fair After Dark event. Night at the Museums is a time for adults 21 and over to come and check out the museums and have a little drink and try out our state fair cocktail that we have for tonight.
As long as it's got whiskey in it and whatever else we put in, it'll be fine, right? Thank you.
So they get to come up and learn something in the museums, and all after dark. Kind of fun, actually. Sit and come to the fair, kick back, have a few drinks, rocking a rocker on the front porch. Sounds really great to me. And then I got here and it's trivia, and you know, I'm a trivia nerd, so. I love history. I'm a mathematician by trade, but history is something that I really loved. I really love seeing all the, you know, historic tractors and Pioneer Hall and everything else. It's been great. This is going to be a good chance for me to walk around and see everything.
We saw the Fair After Dark advertised and thought it'd be a cool event, get a couple drinks, get to learn a bit about the history of the Iowa State Fair, and there's a scavenger hunt. It's kind of fun. One more.
Fair After Dark has been going on for about 4 years, so we've been rotating through different areas. So we've done the Animal Learning Center, the Food Center, and this year it was the museum. You know, we have all kinds of fun, interactive locations all across the fairgrounds, and this is just our way to highlight those, so that people know that not only do we have the animal barns and the grandstand, but we also have a museum. It's really fun because there's people that have come to every single one of them. So this is like their tradition at the Iowa State Fair. They come to Fair After Dark and have a great time from 8:30 to 10:30 at night.
Yes, that's right. Yep, that's right. This is not quite right. It's super close. Oh, okay. That's right. That's in the other museum. That's right.
I had never been to Iowa before. It's now the 48th state I visited, and I felt like no better time to come than the Iowa State Fair, and I'm in love with it. It's amazing. This is just America at its finest.
Love it, love it. It's Americana, love it.
You know, setting up for the fair begins days, even weeks before the fair starts. We set up a camera to capture the dramatic transformation of the Midway. It's hard to believe we've already come to the end of our first hour of fair highlights. But don't worry, there is so much more to come. We'll be on the fairgrounds all week, gathering all the fair stories you've come to expect and love. And we've got a few new surprises for you in store. We also know many of you have a tradition of watching our fair highlight programs, and we want to make sure you have all of our state fair coverage at your very fingertips. You can check out our website and our YouTube channel, as well as our Facebook and Instagram pages. There you can get daily doses of state fair fun. There are several ways you can engage with us about our beloved Iowa State Fair anytime and anywhere. Now for tomorrow night's show. Prepare to be impressed by this year's big animals. Get ready to meet the fair's new CEO and find out which county queen will be crowned the queen of the Iowa State Fair. Thanks for being here, everyone. It's just wonderful to be back here bringing you the best our state has to offer. Be sure to join us tomorrow night for more highlights from our great Iowa State Fair. Until then, I'm Bill Riley, and have fun at the fair.
Funding for Fair 2023 is brought to you by Friends, the Iowa PBS Foundation, and by...
For more than 110 years, EMC Insurance Companies has served policyholders, independent agents, and local communities, providing insurance products for both business and life. Count on EMC.
My name is Kara Hayden. I'm super passionate about animal welfare. There's a lot of pigs that rely on me to train their caregivers. What we focus on in our training is encouraging our caregivers to understand that what they think and what they do matters.